what is blood pressure? A lot of times we say hypertension, but hypertension and blood pressure, those are the same things. And that actually, I want to start with that because that's something that a lot of people don't understand, that hypertension and high blood pressure are the same. So a lot of times we in the medical community will use words, but people don't necessarily understand those words, or they don't relate them as the same thing. When your doc says, nurse practitioner, nurse says you have hypertension, that is high blood pressure. What is high blood pressure? So blood pressure is simply the force of the blood in your body pushing against the walls of the arteries when your heart pumps. And the heart has to get blood around to the body. And of course, these things are these little I guess tubes, if you want to call them. That's what we call an artery. And the artery gets the blood from your heart to every part of your body, whether it's your arms, your eyes, your brain, your leg, connected all through a system called arteries. When your heart pumps, it's getting that blood all the way through your entire body. And that force that it uses is basically blood pressure. And so we have a special machine that we can put on your arm and press the button, and you're going to come out with two numbers. Most people probably seen that. If you go into like a pharmacy or something of that nature, they have a little machine in there. You put your arm in there. When you go to the clinic, when you go to health fairs, and they give you this piece of paper, and it has those two numbers on it. That top number is what we call a systolic blood pressure. Bottom number is what we call your diastolic blood pressure. The systolic blood pressure is the pressure on those arteries that we just talked about whenever your heart beats. Any type of pump is like it's going to increase the pressure in there. Now, when the heart kind of rests a little bit, so of course you beat and you rest, you beat and you rest, you beat and you rest. So when you rest, it's going to be lower than the top number. And that lower number is what we call a diastolic blood pressure. Systolic and diastolic. That's the main components of a blood pressure. When you get that number, now you got to understand what does that mean? At one point in time, cutoff was 140/90. Now it's 130/80. So if that top number is greater than 130, that bottom number is greater than 80, you have high blood pressure. You don't get it off with the first reading. So if you just got one reading and that's the only reading you got that's kind of over those numbers, you don't have it. Technically speaking, we're supposed to have 3 separate readings before you actually get that diagnosis. Now, with that being said, of course, if you come in and your number is like 190/100 or something, there are not too many people that are going to let you go home without any medication at that point in time. But technically speaking, they could. But as a long story short, that's what your blood pressure is that top number over the bottom number. And that's your blood pressure. And then when that top number is greater than 130, bottom number greater than 80, and it's more than three times, you are now diagnosed with high blood pressure or hypertension.